Your Worship, Mayor Coulthard, honored guests, welcome to the launch of the 2024 Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund. I will not delve too much into the job of the Cheer Fund, as our chairperson, Dr. Moyo, will be touching on that shortly. It is of utmost importance that we, as the private sector, work hand in hand with the public sector to ensure we give the vulnerable in our community security of food and all the basic comforts. Communities exist because of the people within them. It is all about the power of collaboration. My job is to help bring people together and make sure all the needs of our vulnerable community are communicated, and the right information gets to the right people, and that action is taken where needed. As a member of the community, it is so important when asked to give that there is a clear understanding of what one is giving to, and transparency that the help given is directed where it was meant to be. As a committee, we will strive to achieve this through communication and effective logistics. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Mayor for the extraordinary passion he has for Bulawayo. There is a big difference between telling a story and actually doing something about it. Our Mayor leads from the front, and I can say, without question, he has been an inspiration to me as well as the whole Bulawayo community. I would like to thank you all for coming. I would also like to thank BRD Distribution and Wholesale Beef for their contribution. And if I may make one special mention, Mandebele, Alan Elliott, don't know where he is, the real pioneer of the safari industry in Zimbabwe. It is an honor to have you here tonight. When I asked him earlier how much he is giving, he quickly replied that he's actually here to receive, giving his age. Thank you all for coming, and over to you, Dr. Moyo.
Thank you so much for that. As we progress with the program, those that know me know I love to keep time, so it won't take too long. I will just discuss in brief the purpose of the Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund. Basically, what we're trying to do is spread hope, love, and cheer during this season, this festive season. And you know, festive season is a time to celebrate. And as we are celebrating, all we are saying is, remember those that cannot celebrate the way you are celebrating. As we are celebrating, having the big meals in our homes, there's others without a meal during that time. So that's how the Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund is birthed, because that is the vision behind it. So basically, what we are doing is we're supporting the vulnerable communities. We're bringing joy to children, because our focus is the orphans and the elderly, because usually those are forgotten when they are now placed in an elderly people's home. And at the same time, we are promoting a community spirit, because as much as our mayor, our worship, the mayor may have this vision, he can't do this alone. Hence why we are launching by inviting all of you here so that we band together, and together we can then serve our less privileged in our community. And together we can make an impact. And I know that for some, you already may have been doing something in your own spheres, but we do more when we're together. We do more when we band together, and we reach out to far more when we're standing together. So we really do not take it for granted that you are here tonight. We do not take it for granted that you are giving when others would rather keep. You know, it's hard enough for everybody out there, but when you are choosing to be selfless during this season, we are eternally grateful, not just for ourselves, but for those that will receive from your generous hands. Thank you so much for that. At this point, I would like to call forth Bongiwe. I think you'll give us a short presentation on PowerPoint so that we get to see what really the Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund is all about, what we've been doing, and she will explain more.
Thank you very much, Dr. Moyo. As she's indicated, these are the objectives of the Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund Board of Trustees. Please move to the next slide. Okay, thank you. This is the composition of our Board of Trustees, led by His Worship, Senator David Coulthard, the Mayor, the Town Clerk, and also Dr. Moyo as our chairpersons. These are some of our board members as well. Then we also have municipal staff who work with the Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund Board of Trustees. For 2024, we are looking at 15,122 beneficiaries who are drawn from our homes, our children's homes, old people's homes, where we have 743 occupants. And then we also have individuals who register with the City of Bulawayo Social Welfare. We have 14,379. These include our elderly who are staying with us within the community, orphans and vulnerable children. We have people with disability, and we also have the vulnerable within the community. We went round to ask what the needs are. So the needs are school uniforms for our children's homes, computer equipment. They are indicating that with the color, they face challenges in doing their homework. There's also education equipment, notebooks, pens, mathematical sets. They also need technical skills. We have some homes where they have children who are now 18 years and they need technical skills in carpentry, sewing. Then there's also the basic foodstuffs, your mealie meal, your cooking oil, your soap, and then there's also clothes. And then there's drilling of boreholes. With the current water challenges, they face challenges with water. So they also need assistance with drilling of boreholes. This is not just for water for home, but also for sustenance for their vegetable gardens. There's refurbishment of the hostels. We will be posting their videos on our website, the Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund website. And we can see that for some of the homes, they are in a dire state. They sleep when it's raining, the roofs leak and so forth. They also need volunteers. In giving in cash or kind, we also need people who will be able to go to the homes to say, we're here today to spend the day with the children, to assist in cleaning and assist with this and that. They also need irrigation equipment, farming inputs, even chicks. So the need is not just for 2024 Cheer Fund, but also beyond the Mayor's.
Throughout the year, we're continually doing something for the less privileged so that they continually have something that they are receiving from the community. And I'm sure from what you have listed there, I'm sure there is something that one person realized, oh, I can do that. Please partner with us and let's do that. What you felt you could do amongst the things that were listed, please feel free to come forward and partner with the City Council. We really welcome that. So at this point, please, with a round of applause, may we welcome our worship, the Mayor, Mr. David Coulthard, as he addresses us.
Thank you, Dr. Moyo. Good evening, everybody. I think Councillor Khumalo is here. Greeting Councillor Khumalo, who is the chair of our welfare committee. And I recognize many friends here this evening, and it's just wonderful to see this amazing turnout. I want to start with a few thank yous. Firstly, I need to acknowledge the work of Dr. Moyo and our Board of Trustees. They've really come on so enthusiastically. Tied to that is our fabulous staff. You know, when I took over this role last year, I had no knowledge about what I was entering into as mayor of the city. But I've been so pleasantly surprised. And I don't want to puff them up too much, but particularly our communications team. They do an absolutely outstanding job of work. Just to digress a moment to puff them up a bit more, we've just recently been asked to apply for a large fund from Bloomberg. Mayor Bloomberg of New York has a philanthropic organization. And I put a few ideas to Bongiwe here and said, won't you craft that into a fantastic proposal? And she yesterday generated this amazing proposal for us all, which I think is going to have a major impact as we seek to transform our city. So a real thank you to our communications team, who are absolutely critical for this program as we seek to reach out to citizens. I also need to pay a special tribute to Ilan. Ilan has come on enthusiastically along with the other new trustees, and he's been astonishingly generous this evening in making available Smokehouse, the facilities, the food and drink, incredibly generous. And he was speaking about leading from the front. Well, he's demonstrated that tonight. So where is he? There he is. Thank you, Ilan, for so much. So let me talk briefly about the fund. My job is to try and appeal to you. Let me talk about the negative first of all. I've said to my wife, I've said to many friends when I took on this role last year, that I knew it was going to be a poisoned chalice. I didn't quite realize just how much of a poisoned chalice it was. Unfortunately, our city, as we all know, is seriously run down. It has not been given the tender, loving care that it needs for the last few decades. We see that manifested in the potholes in our roads. We see it manifested in the water leaks and our sewage often, which isn't being properly addressed. And unfortunately, what you see physically is also manifested in terms of the moral fabric. And this evening, unfortunately, we have this huge elephant in the room. I can't speak this evening. This is the first public event I've spoken to without briefly mentioning the events of this past week. Unfortunately, as you know, 2 of my fellow councillors have been arrested on charges of corruption. I'm deeply concerned about the matter. I've said that our policy is to adopt a zero-tolerance approach towards corruption. I don't know the facts behind the matter. We will let the law take its course. All I want to say this evening is that from my perspective, and I know I enjoy the support of the vast majority of our members of staff, and certainly the vast majority of our councillors, in saying that we will jointly adopt that approach, and we will give whatever information is required by the authorities to stamp out corruption in our midst. We can't transform our city without doing that. And it affects Christmas cheer funds like this, because people the world over want to know that their rates are being spent properly. They want to know that their donations are spent properly. And so that's what we're trying to achieve as a city, but we are also very much trying to achieve that as a chair fund. In that regard, I'm delighted that we've got a person like Rumbi Ndebele, one of our new trustees. She'll be embarrassed that I've even mentioned her, just to strengthen our financial accountability of the trust fund itself. So I want to assure you that whatever you donate is going to be properly accounted to. We will account to it properly and in a transparent fashion. So let me turn finally to the appeal. We all know that people are really struggling throughout our nation. Our nation, unfortunately, is going through a time of hyperinflation, and inevitably that affects the most vulnerable people the most. Last year, because I'd just taken office and I had a plethora of issues to face, I'm afraid we let the chair fund lapse. But thanks to the strident efforts. Let me single out Mrs. Impofu here, reminding me of the fund. We have taken this decision to resuscitate it, to strengthen the Board of Trustees, and to move it forward. And as Dr. Moyo mentioned, our intention is not just to look at this Christmas festive period. Our intention, our vision for the future is to make this a fund which will run the entire year. Obviously, we're going to focus on Christmas at the end of the year because that is part of our tradition as a city. And it's when people, lonely people, vulnerable people, often feel more insecure and need more support at that time. But in my experience in the last year, I find I'm constantly being approached by vulnerable people. And we don't have a fund that we can turn to address the odd school fees that need to be paid, or someone who's facing a critical illness and needs help and can't get help from anywhere else. So that is our vision. It's not going to happen overnight, but we hope that we can turn this into something that is a year-long fund that we can turn to for those who've got a Christmas cheer fund. What we know in our city is that there are some vulnerable groups who literally don't know where their next meal is going to come from, particularly orphans, particularly the aged. And so this year we have focused on these two groups. We've gone out, we've got the statistics of orphanages, of old age homes, of vulnerable old people, and that's where we get that figure of 15,004. Our hope this year is that we can get a generous response from the public and businesses, and that we can buy food en masse, for example, sadza en masse, and other items that people really want, so that we can deliver this coming Christmas season to these vulnerable groups. So my appeal to you is, I know for many people economic times are tough, but I ask you just to dig deep and to contribute generously. But even if you can't, even if your own circumstances are such that you can't dig as deep as you would like, you can play, every person here can play a critical role in advertising this fund. We are launching a website which has our banking details, and please would you go from this. I'm a strong believer in the parable of the mustard seed. The parable of the mustard seed is a reminder to us that even the little seeds can develop and transform into a huge tree. And so I hope that tonight is simply the planting of this first seed, and that in the weeks and months that lie ahead, this will transform into a really powerful fund in which the great people of Bulawayo, we have amazing citizens, can demonstrate their love and their passion for the less privileged in our society. So thank you for coming tonight, and thank you so much for supporting us. Good night.
Thank you so much, Your Worship. I'm sure with that being said, we're all now fully aware of the need in the city and how the parts that we can play. And at this juncture, we are opening the floor to the donations and the pledges to come through. There is a desk right here. The two beautiful ladies will be writing down your pledges and donations, and please do not leave, because as has already been mentioned, the snacks and drinks will be coming through, and we also advise that get to network, get to know each other. We're a small city. We can't all be here and not know each other, right? So if we're going to grow as a family of stakeholders that are taking responsibility for our city, let's band together and get to know each other, because we're bound to meet again, if not during the year, at another function that we'll be planning, since we all have your details now. So definitely, you will all be called in once again for any other function that His Worship would want to have. So you might as well get to know each other now, right? So feel free to be coming through. Just to motivate you, we've already received a donation from Evergold. I don't know if there's anyone representing Evergold here tonight. Evergold has already donated a ton of mini meal. Yeah. This is just to nudge you in the right direction, right? That, like, really nothing too big or too small will go unappreciated. We appreciate everything. So please do feel free to be coming through and having your donations written down. And at this time, I think we have some entertainment lined up while we're waiting for the snacks to come through. But while they are preparing to give us entertainment, can I have a few, those trustees that are here present tonight, please come forward so that people get to see you. Don't be shy. Come through, come through, come through.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Can I just take this opportunity to thank my fellow trustees, which I forgot to do in my speech. It was a combined effort tonight, so thank you all.
So what I will do, we all know his worship. So I'll start here. Just your name, what you do, and then you pass on the mic.
Oh, gosh. Janine, and I'm a member of Bulawayo Lions Club, and that's the reason I'm here, because we help people throughout the year. And it is imperative as citizens that we do that for the less fortunate.
Ilan, I'm here to help with the marketing of our cheer fund.
Rumbin Devele, I'm here to help with accountability of finances.
Jacob Nyati, Rotary, past president of the Rotary Club of Bulawayo South. I'm passionate about giving. Thank you.
Excellent. Renee Cunningham. I run Ebenezer, which is an agricultural business Bible training center in the Matopus, and I am passionate about children and young people and giving them opportunity.
Good evening, everyone. Ngobizi Tamzizi is my name. I'm a nurse by profession. I'm here to nudge everyone in the right direction of giving to the needy. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Memory Sachirarwe. I'm a business consultant, and I'm here because it gives me so much joy to rekindle the hope and faith and trust in humanity through what we want to do. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Hi, God people. My name is Nkosana Church Mazbisa. I'm a social entrepreneur, the brains behind Hustler Summit. I think you know Hustler Summit. I'm famously known as the Chief Hustler. So I'm passionate about social entrepreneurship and giving back to the community. Those that know our story will tell you that a few weeks ago, we donated a borehole to Founders High School to complement government efforts around access to water. In a nutshell, let's contribute.
Thank you so much. I don't know if this is everyone. It's not everyone, right? But this is part of the team. So this is who is behind what we're trying to do here tonight and throughout the year going forward. So if you get a call from either one, we're all one. We're all representing the same thing. We all have the same mission, and we're all trying to do and accomplish the same thing with His Worship, our Mayor. All right. Thank you so much, team.
Thank you.
How far are we on this next?
They're coming in 2 minutes. They were waiting for us to finish.
Oh. All right. So let's enjoy the entertainment network, but don't forget the donation desk as well. So enjoy the snacks. We'll talk a bit after that.
singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, turning my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. To my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words. He's killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, turning my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Take it away, Sam. So flushed with fever, embellished by his hand. I heard he found my letters and read each one out loud. I pray that he would finish, but he just kept right on, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, turning my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Thank you so much. heart and mind. Ignorance is kind. There's no comfort in the truth. Pain is all you find. Oh, I feel so unsure as you take my hand and lead me to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind a silver screen, and all it's said goodbye. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet